Hello students, in this video we will see problems on inverse trigonometric function. So first if we see the definition, I will take an expression, let sine theta is equal to x, sine theta is equal to x. So therefore you can say that theta is equal to sine inverse x. Theta is equal to sine inverse x. So inverse trigonometric function, you can define it as an angle, which satisfies the given equation, Now for example, if I take theta is equal to sine inverse 1 by 2. Theta is equal to sine inverse 1 by 2. Now can you tell me the angle for which sine value will be 1 by 2? Very good, 30 degree. But here you are required to write it in radian. So 30 degree in radian is pi by 6. Similarly, if I take theta is equal to cos inverse 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2. So when will be the cos value 1 by root 2? At 45 degree. So value will be pi by 4. Clear adare? Eager. You may think that sine value will be 1 by 2 at 30 degree, which I have written. Even if you take 150 degree, sine 150 degree is also 1 by 2. Similarly, if you take that is 390 degree, it is also 1 by 2. So different angles you will be having. So the smallest angle which satisfies the given equation is called principal value. The smallest angle which satisfies the given equation is called principal value. And our domain and range lies in this principal value. So whatever domain and range we will be taking, it will be in this principal value. Now here below, I have taken chart, so where the domain and range of various functions are there. You are required to remember these values. ಈಗ sin inverse x ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ. So x value will be in between -1 and +1. So sin value will be 1 when angle is pi by 2, and it will be -1 when it is minus pi by 2. So this is our principal value. Similarly cos inverse x, similarly cosec inverse x, tan inverse x. This chart you should by heart. ಇದು perfect ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಈಗ you should remember these things. Now if it is in this form, sine of sine inverse x, sine of sine inverse x. Similarly for all functions, cos of cos inverse x, tan of tan inverse x, ಈ type ಇತ್ತಂತೇಳಿ. So sine inverse and sine gets cancelled and you will get x. Similarly in cos, if x lies in principal value or x is equal to principal value. So x the principal value ಇದ್ರನ್ನ ನಾವು cancel ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಂಗೂ ಇರಬಹುದು, or it may be in this form, sine inverse of sine theta. So this gets cancelled when theta is in principal value, that is in between -90 to +90. If for example sine inverse of sine 120 degree anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, you cannot cancel this will be wrong, because sine principal value will be from -90 to +90. But if you see for cos, it is 0 to 180. So hingitandre cos inverse of cos 120 is there. You can cancel this and write it as 120. This will be correct. This correct ಆಗ್ತದೆ, but this will be for sine it will be wrong. ಮುಂದೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅದು ತಗೋತಾನೆ, ವೇರ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ knowing those things. So you remember this chart which we need in future. Along with this, some formulas or you may say properties you are required to know. ಈಗ first one, sin inverse of minus x ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ it will be minus sin inverse x. Similarly, sin theta the reciprocal cosec theta. So cosec inverse of minus x will be minus cosec inverse x. Minus cosec inverse x. For tan inverse of minus x will be minus tan inverse x. Minus tan inverse x. These three you can take it as one group. You move one group ಅಂತ think. Second group ತಗೊಂಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರಿ cos inverse of minus x. Cos ಒಳಗೆ minus ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ it is pi minus cos inverse x. Pi minus cos inverse x. Similarly, secant inverse of minus x ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ cos theta the reciprocal secant theta. So secant inverse of minus x ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ that is also written as pi minus secant inverse x. And similarly cot. Cot inverse of minus x is pi minus cot inverse x. So ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೈನ್ ಕೊಸೆಕ್ ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಂತ ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಬೋದು, ಕಾಸ್ ಸೀಕಂಟ್ ಕಾಟ್ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಂತ ನೆನ್ಪಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಸೀಕಂಟ್ ಕಾಟ್ ಪೈ ಮೈನಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. Now we'll see problems on this. So first we'll take simple, then we'll go on increasing the level of the problems. So all problems I have taken it from NCERT book. So first ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ theory. If I take first one, first problem observe ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ sin inverse of minus 1 by 2 ಅದ. So in sin inverse, if you get minus, minus comes out minus sin inverse 1 by 2. Minus sin inverse 1 by 2. So sin value 1 by 2 ಯಾವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ 30 degree. 30 degree in radian is pi by 6. So answer is minus pi by 6. Similarly, second if I take, these are simple, just basics to say, cos inverse of root 3 by 2. So cos value root 3 by 2 ಯಾವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ, cos ಯಾವಾಗಿರ್ತದ್ರಿ correct 30 degree. So this will be pi by 6. Third if I take cosec inverse 2. So when will be the value of cosec theta 2, or you may say sin theta 1 by 2, 30 degree. So 30 degree again in radian will be pi by 6. Fourth ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ tan inverse of minus root 3 other. So again, if there is a minus inside the tan inverse, that minus comes outside. So minus tan inverse root 3 it becomes. So minus tan value will be root 3 when it is 60 degree. So 60 degree in radian is pi by 3. Fifth if I take cos inverse minus 1 by 2. ಇದು ಕೇರ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕ, ಕಾಸ್ ದೊಳಗೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಅದ. ಸೊ ಕಾಸ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪೈ ಮೈನಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ 1 by 2. Pi minus cos inverse 1 by 2. So pi minus cos value 1 by 2 ಯಾವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ 60 degree. 60 degree radian ಒಳಗಂದ್ರೆ pi by 3. Now take the LCM. If you take LCM, it is 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3. Then finally sixth one. Here I will be writing sixth one. Tan inverse of minus 1. ಮತ್ತೆ tan ಒಳಗೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಂದದ. ಸೊ ಮೈನಸ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಮೈನಸ್ tan inverse 1. Tan value 1 ಯಾವಾಗಿರ್ತದ 45, so it is pi by 4. It is sorry minus pi by 4 ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಅದ, so minus pi by 4, minus pi by 4. Clear adare? So these are basics. Now we'll move further. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ level increase ಮಾಡೋಣ. So you are required to find the values of the following. Values of the following. So first ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ tan inverse 1 plus cos inverse minus 1 by 2. I will put a bracket. Then sin inverse minus 1 by 2. So first we will see 11. So first I will keep as it is. Tan inverse 1 as it is. Plus cos inverse minus is there. So if there is minus inside the cos, then we write it as pi minus cos inverse 1 by 2. Sin inverse ಒಳಗೆ minus ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ direct minus ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರೀತೇವೆ. So minus sin inverse 1 by 2. Now I will substitute the values. Tan value 1 ಯಾವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ? Very good. Pi by 4 plus pi minus cos value 1 by 2 ಯಾವಾಗಿರ್ತದ್ರಿ? 60 degree. So 60 degree in radian means it is pi by 3 minus sin will be 1 by 2 at 30 degree. In radian it is pi by 6. So if I simplify pi by 4 plus if you add these two, ಎರಡು minus adava, this becomes 90, that is 30 plus 60, 90 minus 90. 180 minus 90 will be 90, so pi by 2. So if I simplify these three, pi by 2. So 90 plus 45, 90 plus 45 is 135. 135 in radian is 3 pi by 4. Or we are taking the LCM. Clear adare? So this is first one. This is first one. Now I will take second. If I take second one, cos inverse 1 by 2 plus 2 sin inverse 1 by 2. So if I take this 12th one. So cos inverse 1 by 2. When will be the cos value 1 by 2? At 60 degree. 60 degree in radian means pi by 3 plus this 2 as it is. Sin value 1 by 2 ಯಾವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ? 30 degree. 30 degree means it is pi by 6. So if you simplify pi by 3, 2 minus 6 cancel again you will have pi by 3. So pi by 3 plus pi by 3 will be 2 pi by 3. So answer is 2 pi by 3. Clear adare? Next, show that anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So there are two problems in this. Sin inverse 2x root of 1 minus x square is equal to 2 sin inverse x. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಹಿಂಟ್ ನೆನಪಿಡ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ದಟ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಿರ್ತದ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ತದ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬಂದಿರ್ತದಲ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈನ್ ಅದ, ಪುಟ್ x equal to sin theta. Put x equal to sin theta. Similarly second ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Second ಒಳಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ cos ಅದ, so second ಒಳಗೆ you are required to take put x equal to cos theta. Put x equal to cos theta. Now if I solve first one, in LHS I will substitute sin theta. So LHS is equal to sin inverse into bracket 2 sin theta into root of 1 minus sin square theta into root of 1 minus sin square theta. So this is equal to sin inverse 2 sin theta as it is. Root of 1 minus sin square theta is cos theta. Correct adare? So 2 sin theta cos theta is formula of sin 2 theta. So you'll have sin inverse of sin 2 theta. So sine inverse sine gets cancelled, remains is 2 theta. ಈಗ ಪುಟ್ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡೇವ ಅದರಿಂದ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಥೀಟಾ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸೈನ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ 2 ಸೈನ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್, ಪುಟ್ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡೇವ ಅದರಿಂದ it will be 2 sine inverse x. So that is our RHS. Clear adari? Similarly now can you solve second one? So go on telling the steps. So first I am taking LHS, then in place of x substitute cos theta. So 2 cos theta into root of 1 minus cos square theta. This is equal to sine inverse 2 cos theta as it is, root of 1 minus cos square theta is sin theta. This is equal to again sine inverse. Sine inverse, this is formula of 2 sin theta, 2 sin theta into cos theta. It is formula of sin 2 theta. Again sine inverse sine gets cancelled, sine inverse sine cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ, cancel ಮಾಡ್ಕೊರಿ, you will have the answer. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ sin inverse sine gets cancelled, 2 theta ಉಳಿತದೆ. So substitute theta. So 2 cos inverse x. So theta put ಅಂತ ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡೇವೆ ಇದರಿಂದ substitute ಮಾಡೇವೆ. So theta is equal to cos inverse x ಅಂತ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. This is our RHS. This is our RHS. Clear? So similarly next two also you can solve easily ಬಿಡಿಸಬಹುದು. So if you see, you can tell me the which function I am required to substitute. ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರಿ, if I take first one, here if you observe sine is there, so put sine inverse x is equal to theta. So put sine inverse x is equal to theta. ಈಗ ನಮ್ದು LHS ಇದು ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂತ 3 ಥೀಟಾ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕನ್ನೋದು ಇದು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈನ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಅದ, ಸೊ ಯೂಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಸೈನ್ 3 ಥೀಟಾ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನ್ 3 ಥೀಟಾ. ಸೊ ಸೈನ್ 3 ಥೀಟಾ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ 3 ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ minus 4 sin cube theta. 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta. So put sin inverse x equal to theta, or you can say x is equal to sin theta. ಈ x sin theta ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ x ಅಂತ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ RHS ಒಳಗೆ. So you will have 3x minus 4x cube. Now sin I will take it to the RHS. So 3 theta is equal to sin inverse 3x minus 4x cube. 3x minus 4x cube. Now substitute theta. Theta under sin inverse x. So you will have 3 sin inverse x is equal to sin inverse 3x minus 4x cube. That is our proof. That is our proof. Clear adare? Third one. So similarly, first one. Similarly second one ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲೂ cos inverse ಅದ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ cos inverse ಅದ. So theta ಅಂದ್ರೆ cos inverse x. Which formula you are required to use? Very good. So put x is equal, put x is equal to cos theta, or you can say theta is equal to cos inverse x. ಆಮೇಲೆ LHS ತಗೋರಿ, 3 theta ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So take formula of cos 3 theta. So cos 3 theta is 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. Now substitute cos theta under x. So this is 4x cube minus 3x. Now take cos to the RHS. So 3 theta is equal to cos inverse 4x cube minus 3x. Theta andre substitute madri cos inverse x. Therefore 3 cos inverse x is equal to cos inverse 4x cube minus 3x. That is our proof. That is our answer. Clear adare? So even simple adava. So easily you can solve this. Just ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. Once if you come to know, easily you can solve. Next ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇವು simple basics ಮೇಲೆ. That is if principal value is there, directly you can cancel. If it is not principal value, you cannot cancel. You cannot cancel. So ಈಗ first ತಗೊಂಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರಿ. If I take first, ಈಗ ಆಗಲೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. So sin inverse of sin theta will be equal to theta. Cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ. This should be principal value. This should be principal value. ಈಗ first ತಗೊಂಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರಿ. First I will convert this radian to degree, means to understand it will be easy. So ಇದು 13 ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ದಂಗೆ into pi by 6 is 30 degree into 30. So 13 into 30 will be 390 degree. So this is equal to cos inverse of cos 390 degree. Cos inverse of cos 390 degree. Now cos inverse and cos does not get cancelled because this angle 390 degree is greater than 180. For cos, theta has to be in between 180 and 0. 0 ಮತ್ತು 180 ನಡುವೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. So you are required to simplify. ನಮ್ಮದು principal value ಈ range ಬರ್ತದೆ. That is principal value will be in this one. So I will write this as cos inverse cos 390. I can write it as cos 360 plus 30. Cos 360 plus 30. So cos inverse cos 360 plus theta means it is in first quadrant. In first quadrant cos is positive. So this becomes cos 30. Cos 30. Now 30 degree is in between 0 and 180. 0 ಮತ್ತು 180 ನಡುವೆ ಅದ. So cos gets cancelled, remains is 30 degree. But you should write answer in radian. It is pi by 6. Pi by 6. Clear adare? This is first one. ಈಗ second ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. If I take this second one. Second ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ. Again I will convert this into degree, means for understanding it will be easy. 7 ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ದಂಗೆ pi by 6 is 30 degree. 7 into 30, 210. So this I will write it as a tan inverse of tan 210. 210. ಈಗಿಲ್ಲೂ tan inverse and tan does not get cancelled. Tan inverse ಮತ್ತು tan cancel ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ because 210 is greater than 90. For tan, principal value ಅಥವಾ theta is in between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So theta ಏನದ, it should be in between minus 90 to plus 90. ಇದರ ನಡುವೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ principal value ಇರ್ತದೆ. Again you should simplify this. So tan inverse tan 210 I will write it as 180 plus 30. 180 plus 30. Tan inverse 180 plus means it is in third quadrant. In third quadrant tan is positive. So it will be equal to tan 30. Now 30 degree. This is our principal value. It is in between minus 90 to plus 90. So tan inverse tan ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ cancel. 30 degree ಬರ್ತದೆ. 30 degree in radian is pi by 6. 30 degree in radian is pi by 6. Clear adare? Next ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಹಂಗೆ 10th and 11th sin ಮತ್ತು tan ಒಳಗೆ ಅದ. Again I will convert this. Again I will convert this into degree and then we will simplify. ಈಗ 2 into pi by 3 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 60. So 2 into 60 is 120. So this is sine inverse of sine 120 degree. Again, our principal value for sine is in between minus 90, that is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 tanada. So 120 is greater than 90. So you should convert. I will write 120 as sine inverse. 120 I will write it as sine 180 minus 60. 120 I will write it as 180 minus 60. This is equal to sine inverse. 180 minus under second quadrant. Second quadrant product sine is positive. So you will have sine 60. Now this 60 degree is our principal value. Therefore sine inverse sine gets cancelled. You will have 60 degree, but you should have it in a radian. So answer is pi by 3. Answer is pi by 3. Clear adare? Next, this if you take, again if you convert this, 3 pi by 4 will be equal to 135 degree. So tan inverse tan 135. Again you cannot cancel this because 135 is not principal value. ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದ tan ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ minus 90 to plus 90. So tan inverse 135 I will write it as 180 minus 45. 180 minus 45. So the tan inverse 180 minus means second quadrant. In second quadrant tan is negative. So we will have minus tan 45. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡು minus ಬಂದಾಗ direct cancel ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. Tan inverse of minus x. Tan inverse of minus x is minus tan inverse x starting ಬಿಡಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. So ಇದು minus ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. Minus tan inverse of tan 45. Minus tan inverse of tan 45. Now this 45 is the principal value. Tan inverse tan cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Minus 45. 45 in radian is pi by 4. So answer is minus pi by 4. Minus pi by 4. Clear adare? Next ನೋಡೋಣ. Tan of sine inverse 3 by 5 plus cot inverse 3 by 2 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಣ. So first 13th ಬಿಡಿಸೋಣ, then I will solve 12th one. So if I take this 13th, again this angle I will convert it into degree. 7 into pi by 6 is 30, means 210. So 13th one, so it becomes cos inverse cos 210 degree. Now 210 for cos principal value is in between 0 to 180. Principal value is in between 0 to pi. So 210 is greater than 180. So you convert it. Cos inverse cos 210 is written as 180 plus 30. Therefore cos inverse into bracket 180 plus andre third quadrant cos is negative, so minus cos 30. ಈಗ cos ಒಳಗೆ minus ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ we write it as pi minus cos inverse of cos 30. Pi minus cos inverse of cos 30. Now this 30 degree is the principal value, so you can cancel this. 30 I will write in radian. 30 degree in radian is pi by 6. So if you take LCM, you will have 5 pi by 6. you will have 5 pi by 6. So answer is D, 5 pi by 6. Clear adare? Now if I take 12th order. Here, tan of sine inverse 3 by 5 plus cot inverse 3 by 2 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. So this you take it as a certain angle alpha, beta or x, y, so on. So if I take this as x and this I will take it as y. So let x is equal to sine inverse 3 by 5. Therefore sine x is equal to 3 by 5. So I will have a triangle, right angle triangle. This x ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Sin x is 3 by 5. Opposite is 3, hypotenuse is 5, base is 4. I will take second one as y. Let y is equal to cot inverse 3 by 2. Therefore, cot y is equal to 3 by 2. Again, I will have a triangle 90 y. This is 3, this is 2. If you want to calculate hypotenuse 4 plus 9, 13, this is root 13. Now I will substitute x and y in given expression. So tan x plus y anta ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Given expression ಒಳಗೆ sin inverse 3 by 5, this you put it as x. ಆಮೇಲೆ cot inverse 3 by 2 as y. Substitute ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? Given expression will be tan x plus y. So substitute ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. Then I will have given expression is equal to tan x plus y. Now apply the formula of tan x plus y and substitute the values. So tan x plus y is tan x plus tan y divided by 1 minus tan x into tan y. ಈಗ substitute ಮಾಡಿ. Tan x ಅಂದ್ರೆ 3 by 4 plus tan y ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2 by 3 divided by 1 minus 3 by 4 into 2 by 3. ಈಗ simplify ಮಾಡಿ. So numerator LCM 3 into 3 9 plus 8 divided by 12 whole divided by 12 minus 6 divided by 12. So 12 gets cancelled. 9 plus 8 is 17 by 6. So we have answer 17 by 6. Clear adare? Next round one. Again, if I take next problems 14 and 15. So next round. If I take 14, if you observe here you are having a negative. So sin inverse of minus x is minus sin inverse x andre idu minus ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. So 14th it will be sin pi by 3. ಇದು ಹೊರಗೆ minus ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ it becomes plus sin inverse 1 by 2. This is equal to sin pi by 3 plus sin value 1 by 2 ಯಾವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ? 30 degree. 30 degree means it is pi by 6. So 30 plus 60 is 90. This is equal to sin pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 is 1. So our option D is the answer. Option D is the answer. Clear adare? So if I take 15th. Again if you observe here cot inverse ಒಳಗೆ minus ಅದ. So first tan inverse root 3 as it is. Cot inverse ಒಳಗೆ minus ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ pi minus ಅಂತ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So minus pi minus cot inverse root 3. Pi minus cot inverse root 3. So ಹೊರಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ minus ಅದ. So that you should put a bracket. Now substitute the values. Substitute ಮಾಡಿದಂತೆ tan value root 3 ಯಾವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ? 60 degree. 60 degree in radian is pi by 3 minus pi ಆಗ್ತದೆ. minus into minus it becomes plus. What will be root 3 at 30 degree? 30 degree in radian means pi by 6. So pi by 3 plus pi by 6 it is 90. Pi by 2 minus pi. 180 ಒಳಗೆ 90 ಹೋಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ 90 ಉಳಿತದೆ but minus, so minus 90 or you take LCM. So answer is option B. Answer is option B. So again next one. So next problem, continuing with our problems. Second type, you are required to write the following functions in simplest form. So to solve these problems, you should know the formulas of multiple and half angles. So if I take this first one, tan inverse of cos x by 1 minus sin x, you are required to apply half angle formulas inside this bracket. Cos x means cos 2x. Cos x half angle formula will be cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. Cos square x by 2 by minus sin square x by 2. 1 minus sin x half angle formula cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 bracket square. Now if you observe, numerator is in the form of a square minus b square and denominator is a minus b whole square. So numerator I will apply a plus b and a minus b. So this I will write it as cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 and cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. A plus b into a minus b. So denominator I will keep as it is, cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 bracket square. Clear? Now if you observe, cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2, one term gets cancelled. So remains is tan inverse. Numerator is cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 and denominator will be cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Now if you get tan inverse into bracket in this form, that is cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 or cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2, or in terms of cos x plus sin x divided by cos x minus sin x. Avaga divide both numerator and denominator by cos. Divide numerator and denominator by cos x by 2. Divide numerator and denominator by cos x by 2. So now if I divide tan inverse into bracket, first divide ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ cos x by 2 gets cancelled, you will have 1 plus. If you divide to the second term, sin by cos will be tan x by 2 divided by, if you divide to the denominator, cos x by 2 gets cancelled, 1 minus, if you divide here it will be sin by cos tan x by 2, bracket complete. Now again this bracket is a formula. These formulas you should know, else you can go through my playlist where I have given all the formulas of first year. So now bracket is formula of tan pi by 4 plus x by 2. So tan pi by 4 plus x by 2. So bracket 1 plus tan x by 2 divided by 1 minus tan x by 2 is formula of tan pi by 4 plus x by 2. So now tan inverse tan gets cancelled, so you will have answer pi by 4 plus x by 2. This is simplest form. Clear adare? So again these problems you will have in differentiation. So just one step differentiation will be there. Now going to the second one, cot inverse 1 by root of x square minus 1. Now here you remember some hints. So suppose in root you are having 1 minus x square. Put x is equal to sine theta. Put x equal to sine theta. Suppose in root you are having 1 plus x square. Put x equal to tan theta. Put x equal to tan theta. If you are having in root x square minus 1, put x is equal to secant theta. Put x equal to secant theta. Now here root x square minus 1 is there. So you put x is equal to secant theta. So put x equal to secant theta. Therefore given expression will be cot inverse into bracket 1 by root of secant square theta minus 1. Clear adare? So put x equal to secant theta. So you will have secant square theta minus 1. Now secant square theta minus 1 is tan square theta if it come outside. So secant square theta minus 1 is tan square. Root ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ it becomes tan. So 1 by tan theta. Now if you take reciprocal of this cot inverse, 1 by tan is cot. So this becomes cot theta. So cot inverse cot gets cancelled. You will have theta. So from put x equal to secant theta ಅಂತ ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡೇವ ಅದರಿಂದ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. So theta will be secant inverse x. So you will have simplified form as secant inverse x. Clear adare? Similarly, next one if I take tan inverse root of 1 minus cos x by 1 plus cos x. Now here again apply half angle formula. Again you are required to apply half angle formula. So tan inverse root of 1 minus cos x is 2 sin square x by 2 and 1 plus cos x is 2 cos square x by 2. So 2 gets cancelled. Tan inverse you will have root of 2 cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Sin by cos is tan. So you have tan square x by 2. Again square root and square ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ cancel. So you will have tan inverse of tan x by 2. Now tan inverse tan gets cancelled. You will have answer as x by 2. So simplest form will be x by 2. Clear adare? So next problem tondre. Again in previous problem we had inside tan inverse bracket if you are having cos and sin, divide numerator and denominator by cos x. So here divide numerator and denominator by cos x. So if I divide numerator and denominator by cos x, tan inverse into bracket. So cos gets cancelled. I will have 1 minus tan x divided by 1 plus tan x. Again this bracket is formula of very good tan pi by 4 minus x. So tan inverse into bracket tan pi by 4 minus x. So tan inverse tan cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಏನು ಉಳಿತದೆ pi by 4 minus x. So this is the simplest form of the given problem. Similarly, next theory tan inverse x by root of a square minus x square. So agade hint ಹೇಳ್ದೆ in root you are having 1 minus x square. Put x equal to I have told sin theta. So instead of 1 here it is root of a square minus x square other. So put x equal to a sin theta ಅಂತ substitute. So put x equal to a sin theta. Again in 3 steps you will have the answer. So tan inverse into bracket x is a sin theta divided by root of a square minus a square sin square theta bracket complete. So this is equal to tan inverse a sin theta divided by ಎರಡು ಥ್ರೊಳಗೆ a square ಕಾಮನ್ ತೆಗಿಬಹುದು. That a square comes outside the square root, it becomes a. So in the root we will be having 1 minus sin square theta. Clear adare? So a square I am taking common. So outside root if I take, it becomes a. So this a gets cancelled. You will have tan inverse into bracket sin theta root of 1 minus sin square theta is cos square theta, root ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ cos theta. Now you can write it. Tan inverse sin by cos is tan theta. Tan inverse tan gets cancelled, remains is theta. Now you substitute theta. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು put ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿವ ಇದರಿಂದ. So you'll have x by a is equal to sin theta. Therefore sin inverse x by a is equal to theta. Now you substitute this. So theta will be equal to sin inverse x by a. This is our simplified form of the given problem. Clear adare? Similarly, next ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ತಿಳಿರಿ. Tan inverse 3a square x minus x cube divided by a cube minus. So this you remember, any formula of tan you take, here you should have 1. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ 1 ಅಂತ ಬರಬೇಕು. Any formula of tan you take, tan a plus b, tan 2 theta, tan x plus y, tan inverse x plus y, any formula you take, here you should have 1. So what I will do, divide numerator and denominator by a cube. Divide numerator and denominator by a cube. So now if you divide numerator and denominator by a cube, so given expression will be tan inverse into bracket. So if you divide first term by a cube, a square cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ, you will have 3x by a. If you divide second term x cube by a cube, you will have minus x by a bracket cube ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೇನೆ. x by a bracket cube ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬರೀತೇನೆ. If you divide here, a cube divide ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1. So now similarly, if you divide to this 3ax square, so if you divide by a cube, 1a gets cancelled, you will have 3x by a bracket square. Is clear adare? 3x by a bracket square. Now again, if you observe the bracket, it is in the form of formula of tan 3 theta. It is in the formula of tan 3 theta. So tan 3 theta is 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta. 1 minus 3 tan square theta. Means if you compare, ಎರಡು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತೀರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವು, put x by a is equal to tan theta. x by a ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ tan theta ಅಂತ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. So if I substitute x by a as tan theta, what will be this expression now? Tan inverse into bracket 3 tan theta minus tan cube theta divided by 1 minus 3 tan square theta. minus 3 tan square theta. Clear adare? So it is formula of very good, tan inverse of tan 3 theta. Tan inverse of tan 3 theta. So tan inverse tan cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So given expression you will have now 3 theta. ಈಗ theta ಅಂದ್ರೆ put ಅಂತ ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡೆ ಇದರಿಂದ substitute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. So 3 tan, if I take it to the LHS, theta will be equal to tan inverse x by a. So simplified form will be 3 tan inverse x by a. Clear adare? Next one. This problem is very important. Tan inverse root of 1 minus x square minus 1 divided by x. This problem is very important. Now here if you observe again, root ಒಳಗೆ 1 minus x square ಅದ. So put x is equal to tan theta. ಆಗಲೇ ಹಿಂಟ್ ಹೇಳೇನ್ರಿ. So ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು substitute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, put x equal to tan theta. So this will be tan inverse into bracket root of 1 plus tan square theta minus 1 whole divided by tan theta. Whole divided by tan theta. So 1 plus tan square theta is secant square theta. Root ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ it will be secant theta minus 1 divided by tan theta. Secant theta minus 1 divided by tan theta. Now convert all the terms into sin and cos. Secant ಮತ್ತು tan ಏನದ you convert it into sin and cos. So you will have this as tan inverse secant theta will be 1 by cos theta minus 1 divided by tan theta will be sin theta by cos theta. Clear adare? Sin theta by cos theta. ಈಗ if I take LCM in numerator, after LCM cos gets cancelled, so we will have tan inverse. Take LCM in numerator, you will have 1 minus cos theta divided by cos theta whole divided by sin theta by cos theta. Sin theta by cos theta. Now this cos gets cancelled. So you are having now tan inverse into bracket. Numerator will be 1 minus cos theta and the denominator will be sin theta. Denominator will be sin theta. Now apply half angle formula to both the numerator and denominator. So half angle formula apply madri. Tan inverse 1 minus cos theta half angle formula will be 2 sin square theta by 2. ಆಮೇಲೆ denominator half angle formula ಹಚ್ಚಿರ 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. So 2 cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಒಂದು sin cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So remains is tan inverse of sin theta by 2 divided by cos theta by 2. Correct adare? So sin by cos is tan. So tan inverse of tan theta by 2. Tan inverse of tan theta by 2. Tan inverse tan cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So remains is theta by 2. Now substitute value of theta. So theta ಅಂದ್ರೆ substitute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. Put ಅಂತ ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡೇವೆ ಇದರಿಂದ. If you substitute theta, your answer will be tan inverse x whole divided by 2. Tan inverse x whole divided by 2. Clear adare? Okay. So continuing with your problems. So these are last type. You are required to prove that cos inverse 4 by 5 plus cos inverse 12 by 13 is equal to cos inverse 33 by 65. So hint is this first trigonometric function you take it as alpha, second one as beta, means LHS will be alpha plus beta. So I will take let alpha is equal to cos inverse 4 by 5. So therefore I will have cos alpha is equal to 4 by 5. Now draw a triangle, right angled triangle, 90 alpha. Cos alpha is adjacent by hypotenuse. So adjacent is 4, hypotenuse is 5, opposite will be 3. Similarly, second you take it as beta. Beta is equal to cos inverse 12 by 13. Therefore, cos beta will be equal to 12 by 13. Now draw a triangle. Have a triangle 90. This is beta. Therefore, you will have base as 12, hypotenuse as 13. Apply Pythagoras theorem, you will have opposite 5. Now, if you observe the question, LHS becomes alpha plus beta. Which formula you should apply is given by this function in RHS, cos inverse other. If you take this to the LHS, it becomes cos alpha plus beta. So apply formula cos alpha plus beta. So if I take formula cos alpha plus beta, this is equal to cos alpha into cos beta minus sin alpha into sin beta. Now substitute the values from triangle. Cos alpha, from first triangle cos alpha will be 4 by 5. Cos beta, second triangle in the 12 by 13 minus sin alpha from first triangle 3 by 5 into sin beta from second triangle 5 by 13. So if you multiply, cancel ಮಾಡಬೇಡ್ರಿ 12 fours are 48 divided by 65 minus 3 into 5, 15 by 65. So LCM is same. You will have 48 minus 15 divided by 65. That is equal to 33. 33 divided by 65. Now you take cos to the RHS. So you will have alpha plus beta is equal to cos inverse 33 by 65. Now substitute alpha and beta. Alpha andre ಏನಂತ ತಗೊಂಡೇವೆ cos inverse 4 by 5 plus beta andre cos inverse 12 by 13 is equal to RHS cos inverse 33 by 65. That is our answer. Hence proved ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Clear adari? Similarly, next one if I take. So students, if you like the video, please share with your friends and ask them to subscribe my channel. So sixth will take, you are required to prove that cos inverse 12 by 13. So this you take it as alpha. Sin inverse 3 by 5, this you take it as beta. So LHS becomes alpha plus beta. Which trigonometric function you should apply or which formula? Very good, sin alpha plus beta. Try ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? So you can try along with me. So alpha is equal to cos inverse 12 by 13. If I take cos to the LHS, cos alpha is equal to 12 by 13. So again have a triangle 90 alpha. Base is 12, hypotenuse is 13, opposite will be 5. Second, beta anta ತಗೋರಿ sin inverse 3 by 5. Therefore, you will have sin beta is equal to 3 by 5. Again have a triangle. One the triangle draw ಮಾಡ್ರಿ right angle triangle 90. This is beta. Opposite is 3, hypotenuse is 5, means adjacent will be 4. Now apply the formula. So formula apply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗ sin ಈ ಕಡೆ RHS ಒಳಗೆ sin inverse ಅದ. So sin LHS will be alpha plus beta. So sin alpha plus beta will be sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha into sin beta and substitute the values from triangle. First triangle in the sin alpha andre 5 by 13 into cos beta, second triangle in the 4 by 5 plus cos alpha, first triangle in the 12 by 13 sin beta 3 by 5. So if you simplify, cancel ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ 2 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತವೆ. 5 4s are 20, 20 divided by 65 plus 12 3s are 36 divided by 65. So LCM is same. If you add, you will have the answer. Sin alpha plus beta. Go through the LCM 65. So 20 plus 36 will be 56 by 65. Now take sin to the RHS. So you have alpha plus beta is equal to sin inverse 56 by 65. Substitute alpha and beta. You will have the answer. Clear adare? If you understand, it's very easy. So just you are required to know the trigonometric formulas of first year correctly. Next, if I take, prove that tan inverse root x is equal to half cos inverse. So if I take 8th one. Now if you observe this, cos inverse 1 minus x by 1 plus x. In this form, you have a formula of cos 2 theta. So what you do, put x is equal to tan square theta. Put x equal to tan square theta. So I will substitute separately in LHS and RHS, so it will be easy to understand. LHS, tan inverse root of x, so root of tan square theta. So this is equal to tan inverse of tan theta. Square and root gets cancelled. Tan inverse ಮತ್ತು tan cancel again with theta. This is 1. Now similarly substitute in RHS. So RHS is equal to half cos inverse 1 minus x under tan square theta divided by 1 plus tan square theta. Tan square theta. So this is equal to half cos inverse. You should know the formulas of trigonometry perfectly. 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta is formula of cos 2 theta. So cos inverse cos cancel agtada, half 2 theta remains. 2 gets cancelled, you will have theta. This is second. So if you observe from 1 and 2, so you can say from 1 and 2 LHS is equal to RHS. So from 1 and 2 LHS is equal to RHS. This is easiest method. Clear adare? Next if I take 9th one. 9th ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ತಿಳಿದಿ. Again here you are required to know the formula. That is 1 plus sin x root 1 minus sin x. Formulas you should know. So if you know formula, easily you can solve it. So some space I will take so that I can solve it. Now, so here root of 1 plus sin x, root of 1 minus sin x are there. So 9th, I will write here formula and there I will substitute directly. So root of 1 plus sin x. 1 plus sin x is a formula for cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 bracket square. So square root and square gets cancelled. You will have cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2. Similarly, if it is root of 1 minus sin x, 1 minus sin x antitandre root ಒಳಗೆ. So it is formula of cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Now directly I will substitute the formulas in the expression. Given expression ಒಳಗೆ direct ಆಗಿ substitute ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. So 9th I will have cot inverse into bracket. So numerator 1 plus sin x will be cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 plus 1 minus sin x will be cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 numerator. So this whole divided by denominator is 1 plus sin x means cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 minus 1 minus sin x the root ಒಳಗೆ. So means we will have minus cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2. Is it clear? So outside we are having minus. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ minus ಅದ. So as it is minus, first term becomes minus, second becomes plus. So in numerator sin x by 2 sin x by 2 gets cancelled. In denominator cos x by 2 cos x by 2 gets cancelled. So you'll have cot inverse into bracket. Numerator will be 2 cos x by 2. Denominator will be 2 sin x by 2. So therefore 2 gets cancelled. Cot inverse into bracket. Cos by sin is cot x by 2. Finally cot inverse cot gets cancelled. You will have x by 2. You will have x by 2. Clear? This is 9th one. Then finally last one we will see, that is 10th one. Tan inverse root of 1 plus x minus, here I have again written that problem. So we will see tan inverse root of 1 plus x minus root of 1 minus x. So remember this again hint. In root if you are having both 1 plus x and 1 minus x, root ಒಳಗೆ 1 plus x ಮತ್ತು 1 minus x ಎರಡು ಬಂತಂದ್ರೆ put x is equal to cos 2 theta. Put x equal to cos 2 theta. So substitute ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. Cos 2 theta ಅಂತ substitute ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, so given expression will be tan inverse root of 1 plus cos 2 theta minus root of 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by root of 1 plus cos 2 theta plus root of 1 minus cos 2 theta. Now substitute the formulas. Again you should be perfect in formulas of first year. If you are not knowing those formulas, I have made a video on trigonometric formulas of first year. You can go through it, check the playlist. So first the formula apply matter. 1 plus cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta. So this will be root 2 cos theta. Root 2 cos theta. Minus 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sin square theta. If I take root, this will be root 2 sin theta divided by, this will be again root 2 cos theta plus root 2 sin theta. Root 2 sin theta. So if we take root 2 common in both numerator and denominator, root 2 gets cancelled. Root 2 cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ. You will have cos theta minus sin theta divided by cos theta plus sin theta. Cos theta plus sin theta. So starting in one problem I have told, in tan inverse if you get cos sin like this, divide numerator and denominator by, very good, cos theta. Cos theta le divide ಮಾಡಿ. Therefore you have tan inverse into bracket. So cos theta le divide ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it becomes 1 minus sin by cos is tan theta. Denominator becomes 1 plus tan theta. So 1 minus tan theta by 1 plus tan theta is formula of, very good, tan pi by 4 minus theta. So tan pi by 4 minus theta. 1 minus tan theta by 1 plus tan theta. So tan inverse tan gets cancelled. you will have pi by 4 minus theta. Now substitute theta from the put anta ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡೇವೆ ಅದರಿಂದ. So we have taken x equal to cos 2 theta. So you will have cos inverse x is equal to 2 theta. 2 divide ಮಾಡ್ಕೊರಿ, you will have 1 by 2 cos inverse x is equal to theta. So now substitute this value. So you will have pi by 4 minus half cos inverse x. Half cos inverse x. That is our RHS answer. Clear? So hope this video will be very helpful to all students. So again I request you to share with all your friends.